UNESCO has spotted a massive logistical problem in global education. Right now, the academic community is generating mountains of incredible, highly detailed data on exactly how students learn. This diagram illustrates the core issue. A massive gap exists between the academic researchers generating this data and the government policymakers responsible for actually enacting it. They operate in completely separate universes. It is like owning a world-class Michelin star cookbook, but staring at an entirely empty kitchen table. You have the perfect recipe, but absolutely zero pots, pans, or utensils to cook the meal. This disconnect creates a totally broken feedback loop, leaving highly effective educational strategies stranded on paper while classrooms struggle. Education ministries simply do not need another dense, unread 500-page academic report landing on their desks. To fix this, UNESCO is proposing a structured three-part bridge focused heavily on active knowledge brokering. Improving global education doesn't require funding endless new academic studies. It requires taking the exact science we already have and actively translating it into practical application. The first pillar of this new structure relies entirely on people, a brand new cohort of learning science translators. Think of them as bilingual interpreters operating between two completely distinct professional cultures. They are fully fluent in the complex, highly theoretical language of academic research, but they are equally fluent in the harsh, budget-constrained, and highly practical realities of a working government education ministry. Raw data requires a human lens to filter out the academic noise and pinpoint exactly what a government official can actually use. Once that data is filtered, it moves to the second pillar, the evidence-based practice library. Rather than a massive dumping ground for raw numbers, this library is a highly curated resource of educational practices that have genuinely worked in the real world. It summarizes the science and indexes the exact, specific implementation conditions needed to replicate that success. But there is an obvious risk here. Handing a massive new library of evidence to an already swamped government official seems like a guaranteed recipe for total overwhelm. To prevent that, the delivery of this data must be carefully managed to avoid cognitive overload. Grouping information is useless if it just adds to an official's reading list. It must be categorized by its actual, real-world operational constraints to hold any value for the decision-makers on the ground. That brings us to the final structural pillar designed to combat that overwhelm, the operational toolkit. This flowchart illustrates the toolkit in action. It provides straightforward templates, checklists, and clear decision pathways. With these tools in hand, ministries can seamlessly transition from identifying a local policy problem straight to a finalized, evidence-backed response. The entire process shifts from being purely informational to highly operational. It serves as the exact step-by-step blueprint needed to finally complete the architecture of this system. And that is how the once disconnected worlds of academic research and government policy are firmly linked. Ultimately, improving global education isn't about digging for more academic research. It is about actively utilizing these tools to translate the science we already possess into policies that actually reach the students.